salt and pepper them, stick them in a 400-degree oven, boom. Leave about 15 minutes, then you're gonna toss it, you're gonna throw in some raw garlic, minced up, cook for another 15 minutes, pull it, and you'll be good to go. So then, when that's all, you get all your skin off, you're just gonna go through and make little cubes, just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Someone's asking, can you not eat the skin? I've always kept the skin on squash and zucchini.
I do, yes, you can eat the skin on squash and zucchini. I'm gonna say with eggplant, I don't know, I'm just pointing a knife at you. With eggplant, I don't know that you can't eat it. I just don't, and I think it's tougher than a zucchini and squash. So zucchini and squash, I keep the skin on all the time. But with eggplant, I don't. Eggplant's tougher, it has a lot, the skin is way tough. So yeah, done and done. I'm gonna move that. Put it over here. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna do, we're gonna pretend like we just pulled our beautiful veggies out of the oven. And you can see, like, they've cooked down quite a bit. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I've drained some of that juice off of it too. So, all right.
And that was eggplant, tomato.
Yeah, I threw eggplant, tomato, zucchini, squash. I had some bell pepper.
You just put them in the oven.
Put it in the oven.
Okay.
So this is an oven-safe skillet, which means there's no plastic, there's no rubber, it's all metal. It can go from the stovetop right into the oven. If you don't have that, you can use a little casserole dish. This is actually a tiny one. This was about half the recipe, 6 eggs. But you can use a casserole dish, you can use a clear baking dish, whatever you want, it's fine. You would just take everything in here, put it in the dish, and then add the eggs. But we have this, so I'm gonna use it. So you're gonna saute your onions in a little bit of oil. I know, this is just, here it
All
goes.
veggies.
Here it goes, it's all veggies. But you can add bacon, well, you're not eating meat right now.
I'm not eating meat right now, but you could add bacon or
Yeah.
sausage.
Yeah, you would, at this point, this is where you would cook your sausage off, by the way, or your bacon. You would cook it, pull it off to the side, add this, throw it back in, throw in your cooked veggies, put it in the oven. Frittatas are supposed to be easy. They're supposed to be easy. And you would use that same mix too for quiche, by the way. You don't have to, like, it's the same, you know, cream or half and half and eggs. Salt,
And
pepper.
so the difference between a quiche and a frittata is the shell,
It's
the
just
pie
crust.
shell?
Yeah, it's just crust. And let that go. What do I do with my butter? Here we go. So I'm gonna get about 2 tablespoons of butter. Get a peel on. Yeah, once those onions start to soften, add in your butter. You can let that melt. Where's my trash? There we go. I'm gonna move her over to the side. Very carefully. Right. And I previously cracked the 12 eggs in here, so you're gonna give it a stir. Scramble, scramble. You can use cream or half and half for this recipe. It don't matter. Do your thing. I'm gonna actually turn this off until I'm ready. I use cream, but you can use half and half. It makes for a less fatty version, I guess, than cream. But like, let's say you're doing a low carb diet, cream would be better for you. If that makes sense. So you can make this nice custardy mix. Got my salt and pepper. I'm gonna flavor that in there. I'm gonna add my veggies from the oven into here. It smells really good.
It smells so great.
It smells good. Right in here. And you don't have to, like, I mean, this was a lot. This was like a whole zucchini, a whole squash, a whole eggplant. You don't have to do that much if you don't want. I also have some kale. I'm gonna throw that in there. Once again, I had it on hand. Let's go for it, right? I'm gonna do about a 1/4 cup of that parm right on top of that. Right? Cheesy. You can use any kind of cheese you want. And then I'm gonna pour that custardy
Don't forget to turn the burner back on.
Egg mix right in there. Well, it's gonna go in the oven.
Oh, okay, so you're not even...
Yeah. So you're not cooking this
Okay.
on the pan. Is that a good look? You're not gonna cook this on the stove. You're just gonna straight up pour it in there, turn your heat off, get something to stir it up to kind of mix it up a bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, they can see it.
Okay, cool. And then if you're using spinach or something, or any kind of green that you're using, just want to kind of cover it with that egg custard. Otherwise it gets really crispy. Like it kind of burns a little by the time.
So besides shrimp, are there any other no's for frittata or quiche?
I mean, I wouldn't put blue cheese in here
Okay.
as a roll. I mean,
So just strong
just
flavors.
like, you know, you want to kind of get it, Gruyere would be probably the strongest cheese I would use.
Okay.
You know?
No shrimp, no blue cheese.
No shrimp and no blue cheese. Believe it or not, I had somebody do both, and that's when I was like,
Oh God, in the same
I'm
one?
the same one. So from here, I know it was he wasn't allowed to make frittata after that. So right here, you're just gonna pop that right in the oven. That's it. I really want to put this in the oven, but at the same time, we'll do that.
I can go take it in there.
You wanna go take it in there?
Yeah. Come on.
I believe it.
Set it over here and I'll grab it. Let's not waste.
I know she's gonna put that in the oven for me. And then after about, depending on the size of your container, like, so this took about 45 minutes. This is about a half portion. It'll start to puff up. So it'll souffle, it'll puff up, it'll get real jiggly. And I've had this question before. Vanessa's literally, when you're a chef, all your friends text you with all of their cooking questions, which I love because that's what I do. But I've had her text me, I've had other friends text me where they're like, they'll send me a picture and they're like, is it done? And I'm like, you gotta jiggle it. That's how you know it's done. So there's a point where there's like a waterbed jiggle where it's like real loose, and then there's like a butt jiggle, if that makes sense. I don't know how else to describe that jiggle, but it's like it jiggles, but it like comes back. That's when you know
Like
it's
a
done.
Jello jiggle?
Like a Jello jiggle. There we
There
go.
we go.
There's
Better-
the more appropriate.
better.
That's more appropriate. So like a Jello jiggle versus a waterbed jiggle, right? And you'll get the watery in the middle, and then when that starts to firm up, that's when you can pull it, and it'll carry over cook a little bit. So I would say about 30 minutes, check on it, 30, 45, and then you're gonna put the remainder of your Parmesan cheese on top, let that get brown, pull it, let it
Do you want me
sit.
to show them the jiggle?
It won't jiggle. This
Oh,
one.
it's not.
Yeah, so this one I made this because I was like, oh, I'm gonna show them exactly what I'm talking about, and it was like beautifully souffled, and then I came back and it was like, because
But that happens and it's okay.
No, it's supposed to do that, and if I had timed it better, maybe it would have worked. Does that make sense? Something you can pour it into. I'm just gonna get it in here. Pour it in.
Everyone loves that you call things she.
I mean, if people can do that for their cars, why not literally everything else?
The future is female.
The future is accurate,
Female
yeah.
power.
And you're gonna get this pulp. That's what you don't want that in there because it's a little gritty. But what I do is I take my little spatula and I'm just gonna like push on that pulp so I get everything. I feel like you guys are seeing like, this is really how it looks in a professional kitchen. It's not that cute. Like, okay, so I push it.
Nicole says she thinks you're really good at this and she loves all the tips and extras.
Thank you, Nicole. You're an angel. So then I'll knock it, and then at the bottom you'll see like there's still good stuff. That good right there. You wanna
That
get
good.
off. Okay. Let's get that.
Jordan just reminded me to add the recipe. Sorry, I'm doing
Sorry.
it now.
Vanessa's adding.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
I know, I'm falling behind.
She's falling behind. Okay, so we got our lime. You want to taste this for sweetness before you add sugar, just for the record. I mean, that should be the rule with everything. Like, you never know how sweet your fruit is, especially when it's in season. So, add a full lime. Get out of here. Fresh lime. Fresh is important. Because there's so few flavors in this. Like, when I'm making cocktails at home, I'm not above using like the bottled lemon and lime juice. Sometimes you don't have fresh stuff on hand. Because there are so few ingredients in this, you do want to use fresh limes. I think it's important. certain things it's important for. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so give it a taste. Do I have a baby cup? Yes. Look how tiny this cup is.
So cute. For those, what are the espressos? Would they come in that? Just an espresso shot, I
It's
guess.
just an espresso shot cup for when we're open to the public.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a minute on that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna taste it. So fresh.
So what are you looking for in that just balance?
So watermelon, okay, how do I say it? It's not an aqua fresca, which is what this is essentially. I mean, you would add a little more water to it. For a true aqua fresca is that it's not supposed to be sugary sweet. It's not syrupy. It needs to taste like watermelon and lime together. It should be a nice mix, if that makes sense. Now, when you make this mimosa, it doesn't taste like watermelon. You know what I mean? Like you're not getting. Let me come over here. It's not going to be this pure watermelon flavor. It should taste herbaceous, almost. Is that a?
Mm-hmm. And I said it tastes like summer.
It tastes summery, yeah. It tastes like something that grew in a garden, and it's sweet, and it's got a lot going on. You can use. Where did I put my cute little coupe glass? Oh, here she is. Okay, I did it again. Now I'm gonna notice that I do it all the time.
Sorry. That's
It's
my
just like,
fault.
look how crazy this space looks. Okay, so we have a coupe glass. You can use the champagne flute too. Go nuts. Shake it up. What'll happen too, I put it in a bottle. You're gonna, once this is all like ready to go and you like the flavor of it, you can add sugar to taste. Stick it in a bottle, stick it in the fridge. It will separate, just give it a shake. That's fine.
Yeah.
Totally normal. Okay.
Cute.
I do a little bit so that I can mix up. I know that sounds weird, but throw a little bit in there and then throw your champagne in. So we're gonna do this. Right?
Okay.
That's why you do this first. So you do about half and half, or a fourth and a third, 3/4, whatever, to taste, basically. And this is the little brute, little baby champagne. I like tiny things. And then you can just give your guests like the entire thing.
Cute.
It's fine. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna use 2 hands. This is a heavy bottle.
Well, and then you're like, they're stronger than what you poured, so give them the bottle.
Yeah. Ooh. Are you ready to brunch after this?
Yes, definitely.
And then I got a little bit of mint up here.
I also have the frittata done if you want me to pull it to show it too.
Here, did you put some parm on it?
No, I can do that.
Yeah, put parm on it and see if it's puffy.
Mhm.
So take your mint, take a couple of leaves. You don't want to do too bad. And so fresh mint, and I take it in the flat of my hand and I will roll it and then slap it and then pop it right in there. And that like activates the oils so it opens up. Oh, it's really minty in here. So yeah, I'm gonna let Vanessa, actually I'm gonna try it. And then I'm gonna let her try it. Yeah, summer. You could also, if you didn't want to do champagne, you could do sparkling wine. You could do white wine, make it a spritzer sort of situation. You could do sparkling water if you wanted. Club soda or a topo. Go nuts. Agua fresco, I've mixed it with vodka before. Delicious. It's totally, depends on what you want to do for your brunch, if you know what I mean. She's gonna pull out frittata and we're gonna see what it looks like. How's she look?
I think she looks good, but I'm gonna let you.
Is there a jiggle on there? Yeah. Okay, so kind of here.
Yep, here I have a hot pad here.
Gimme. All right. So I want to show you. So this is her done. Do you see? Can you see that jiggle?
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
right here, I would probably. This outside ring is done. Can you see that? I wish I could.
Yes, they can see.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this outside ring for sure done. It needs a little bit more time because if you see right here, it's just a little loose. It's like a little.
Too jiggly.
It's too jiggly. It's just watery, which means it's not quite set yet. Look how good that looks.
It looks fantastic. Perfect for a brunch with all your friends.
Yeah, and it's like one pan. Boom. Bye. Done.
Yeah.
This needs 5 more minutes. We'll pop it back in there.
So how would you cut that up? Would you do triangles?
Yes, I would just
Slice into triangles. Love.
done and done. You could do potatoes too. Any root veggie that you're gonna do, like if you wanted to do beets, sweet potatoes, I would also put those in the oven. You might need a little bit longer than your zucchini and squash. I would start those sooner than maybe throw in the squash and zucchini and eggplant and then get those all tossed. Just it takes a little bit longer for those to cook down. You could also saute them if you wanted. You didn't want to do the oven. It's up to you.
Thanks everybody. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.